get started. Okay. Make sure my audio is going and everything is good to go. Brand new setup. Looks like I'm good. Okay. Cool. Alright guys, so I'm basically the entire plan for this this stream, I guess. I'm not used to just doing streams, but I wanted to start doing a little bit of streaming on YouTube, since it takes me forever to edit if I try to edit. So that's kind of what I'm going for at the moment. So anyway, the idea is to try to do some speed sculpts. So this time I'm just going to do a, I think I'm going to go for a 30-minute speed sculpt. And to make sure that my time is right, I'm going to use the work. It's called work software, actually. It's this little bitty tab thing right over here. And so when I'm working on the software that I want to work on, it actually starts going. So I'm going to use that as my timer to make sure that I'm going at the right speed and everything. Or can actually finish at the appropriate time. So, alright, I'm going to keep this maybe like right in this corner right here. And the cool thing is it keeps it in the front zone. So that's one thing I like about it. Alright, so let's get started. I have 30 minutes. I'm going to do a dwarf character. I think that'd be fun. Let's do a dwarf character. So see my floor is, okay, that's my floor. So I'm just gonna go start and let's get this going. Alright, so basically I have this. Where's my front? That's probably my front. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna turn perspective on. I like working in perspective. So there's my poly frame, and I'm going to turn off my floor because I don't like my floor. Okay, so I use a thing called ZBrush when I'm making bodies and stuff like that. But actually, first off, I'm going to go ahead and just model the head. So right now I can get some things going. So I'm going to use the clay brush. Okay. So immediately I'm working at too high of a polygon count so I don't want to work this high. So I'm going to go ahead and ZBrush half. Should be pretty fast since it's still kind of low poly already. So this is to be a lot more manageable, right? So. It's good to have reference on your other screen, your second screen. If you have a second screen, I'm using a Cintiq drawing tablet, so kind of have my second screen on my left side over here. So, so one thing about dwarves is they usually have a large brow, big old brow. So, and then honking nose, so let's get a nose in here, and got the nasal openings on this zone. This is kind of like that World of Warcraft type of, or like that kind of just that fantasy style. I mean, I guess dwarves in general are fantastical. So basically with this first step, I'm just using the move tool in the clay buildup. So I can use this to kind of widen things quickly and things like that. And as you notice, I am using the symmetry tool. So you got a nice little hook going on here. I kind of want to keep that hook. I like that hook there. Okay. And then we'll get that going. Okay. Now let's get some lips pulled up. So this kind of this mouth, pursed of the mouth. So maybe about a little bit of this cheekbone going. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I just want to make some stuff, and I'm tired of waiting on just projects. I just want to do some fun sculpting. You know what I mean? Okay. So I need to have, this is still like this zone right here. Let's use the move tool and kind of put that in there. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm just kind of getting the basis of the shapes down. You don't want to work in any kind of high anything, like any kind of high poly systems for the beginning. Okay. For some reason, when I put this helmet on, my nose started itching immediately. It's like, dang it. Not a good time. Okay, so that's kind of the basis right here. I can use the inflate tool. It's a pretty popular thing, and just kind of deflate that zone. So you're just holding down the Alt button to kind of deflate. And I can use the inflate brush to kind of pull here, but I personally just like using the clay buildup. Okay, so got some buildup going on over here. You got your cheekbones right in this zone, so I'm going to kind of incorporate those cheekbones zone here. Okay, and then it always looks really bad at the beginning. It's a bit wobbly. Don't be afraid of that. Okay, I've been going for 6 minutes. I feel like we're making decent time. Okay, let's see. So dwarves have ears, so then we'll pull this out a little bit. So you can have more of a, it's not just so concave or whatever. Kind of have like a box head kind of thing going. Okay, and then the skull kind of ends in this zone for at least humans. I imagine it would be similar for other fantastical beings. Okay, this looks fine. There we go. Man, I swear my nose is just so itchy. I don't get that. Okay. Okay, and then I could do a detail brush for kind of like a cut in right here. Kind of just get that nose shaped formed in. Like that. And get this like this kind of cut in this zone. Maybe a lighter one right there. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and use the another a big thing of people do now for this patch of ZBrush anyway is they use Sculptaurus. And Sculptaurus is a fantastic, it's a fantastic bit of the software, which I'll show you in a second. It's a workflow you can kind of avoid using Dynamesh a little bit. So here's Sculptaurus. You just click on it, turn that on, and now see it's adding tons more geometry, and I can smooth it out if I want to. So, and this kind of, if you want to like refine, you don't want everything to be high, but some things are. So if I want to like kind of bring in that, see, then it'll add that geometry, but everything else stays the same. So that's kind of nice. It's basically like kind of dynameshing the areas that you want with higher detail. Okay, so I want these kind of like these little muscles in the nose. Then I'll add those, and then have this kind of bridge. All right. Everything you smooth out will also get lots of volume. See like that? So I turn on my wireframe, then you can kind of see what's going on here. Okay. So if I bring in my detail brush now, then you can see I can get a little more going on here. Okay. Now this can go kind of like that, and there's kind of like this little pocket of the nose. Use the move tool again. Kind of bring this zone in a little bit, because this doesn't start right where the nose is, where the eyes into this little crease. So I'm gonna use the snake hook. I don't look angry. You don't want to ever model an expression. You want it to be pretty neutral expression. I mean, unless of course you're just doing it for like a pose thing, but if you're doing it for a game model, then you don't want to ever have an expression. Kind of just a neutral look. Okay, I can add some eyes in here. So these are just gonna be like super standard eyes. So let's go over here and then pull them out in this kind of big. So say like maybe like not that much. About there. Pull them back in the head. Now you can have more of a basis. Can be a rule of thumb where you have a similar, not all the way, but a similar gap with like an eye in the middle or something like that. Okay. So let's go, it's about right there. And I'm gonna just kind of add a little bulb at the tip where you'd have that kind of thing. So let's see, let's do an inflate. Ooh, not too much. Let's turn it down a bit. That's a bit scary. It's kind of the pupil zone. All right, that's fine. That's fine for now. Okay. Well, let's do the split. So split unmasked. It turns the eyes into a separate subtool. Now we have some kind of now we have more of a basis on what's going on here. So go to clay to build up and keep going. Let's get that brow going again. So the nose actually kind of comes in the middle here. So you still kind of have this going on. And then this kind of can come up like this a bit. More like that. Okay, anyway, no, we want to go through too much of the detail, so let's keep going. So let's get these lips in. turn off sculptors for a little bit and just kind of work low. Let's get this purse of the mouth. I said dwarf, but I mean this is kind of like more like a goblin or something. It reminds me of my adventures as a warrior. Of course, I got I got shelled because I got a arrow to the abdomen and barely survived. So I gotta stop fighting as much, said my doctor. Okay, gonna get a feisty jaw going on. Just this enormous jaw. The jaw kind of comes into like this kind of shape going, and then let's tuck this away. This skull, like a little more concave back here, and then where this jaw. Let's see. I kind of want to keep that information actually. All right, so now I can bring out my ears. Okay, so I'm just using the masking tool. Just pulling it out like that. This is a good time to use Sculptoris again because I need to get a little more going on here. Okay, that's good. Now I have more detail, or more polys. So now I can. Oh, let's go over here and then mask lasso. Okay. Invert with holding down control and click outside. Actually, I want to probably just rotate. Okay. And dwarves can have a kind of a point to their ear. I feel like a lot of them probably do. Last time I saw one, it did anyway. So just trying to remember how it looked. Got a large ear fold over here. I'm gonna inflate this zone. It's getting a little bit skinny. That's definitely not how one looked. So I'm turning the Sculptors back on and turn that up a bit. Oh, that's not what I want. Let me just play build up. There we go. That's what it was. I don't know why I did inflate. Or kept it inflate, I guess. Okay. Turn Sculptors back off. I don't want to keep on adding geometry. Okay. Kind of this ear roundness in the back a little bit. Okay. Alright, so that needs to fold down, so I'm going to turn this just keep on pulling that down. Okay. Let's see here. Clay build up. I'm going to finish the ears real quick. Let's get a nice little point going. Let's get that interior, the lobe. Clean it out a little bit. Got the hole over in this area. So I'm going to go about that. Remember, I'm kind of keep it separate this jaw from the ear zone. So I want to keep that in mind. Okay. Oh, I accidentally smooth it too much. Just add to okay. Got 10 more minutes to go. So I need to finish quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna go some detail. I'm gonna add sculptors to see how it does. Goes so you can go like that. Okay, let's bring the kind of have these little different muscles in the lip area. Okay. I want to have a nice chin. I think my I think Sculptors is honestly messing me up a little bit. Just too much polys going on there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mask out this bottom piece. I'm going to go back to my mask pen. It's about that muscle, invert, center, down. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's good. Okay, so then I'm going to build this little neck piece right here. Nice muscle zone. Move tool. It's a bit too much. So it does not go back there, so let me fix that. Almost out of time. Okay, snake hook. Okay. It's been a while since I've done a speed sculpt. It's kind of fun. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna lasso that because that's getting on my nerves. Like. Okay, bringing this a little bit. Detail brush. Gonna need that. Bring down the nose, it looks kind of funky. Okay. Alright, I have a minute left, so I'm going to make some crazy changes real quick. Oh, turn perspective. Okay, I'm going to extract, yes, and then just inflate that. Okay, my time is up, but I did speak for like maybe a minute, so I'll give myself one more minute. Just because I spoke for about a minute. Just bring in some stash too. There we go. Extract, yes. Okay. Then just inflate. Turn that off. And then snake hook. All right, I'm done. Here's my. He's a bit silly for sure. I didn't have. I had a lot of time, but I mean that's kind of the point. Just kind of see where I'm at. Yeah. What a goofy character. I'm gonna add a few more spikes down here because it's just silly. And yeah, there we go. What a goofy character. Just got the handlebar stash. I want to keep that on actually. Kind of like a little, there we go. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. All right, so that was just about, probably just a little bit over. So I could have added more on the. I'm just gonna do a quick eval on what I spent my time on. So yeah, I could have done a little bit more time on the body or something like that, but I think all I really have time to do is the bust, honestly. Trying to add this neck muscle at the back that would be in the trapezius area, kind of like, you know, if you had like the traps over here, you know, load bearing kind of muscle that leads into this neck. And then I have these the main neck muscle things that are gonna go into the throat zone right here, and then the ear. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but anyway, the ear. Basically, didn't have a whole lot of time that I worked on the ear, but I worked on it probably like maybe 5 minutes or something. But yeah, you had to have different lobes, systems, and everything like that, and this kind of just. I wasn't really sure how a dwarf would go. If I had like maybe like World of Warcraft character in front of me, then I would be fine to kind of know. The eyes have this kind of pupil section thing. It's kind of why it's not gonna look right, but because I did the Sculptoris on it and everything. But basically, the eyes have this kind of pupil zone. And for the hair, they kind of have silly Santa Claus kind of hair for like this kind of dwarf character. So I did some kind of fun little spiky doodads on it. So I just extracted from the main mesh using the masking tool and extracting tool over here, and then kind of smoothed it out and inflated, and then pulled out the kind of little shapes over here with the snake hook tool, just to have this kind of fun thing going on. If I could just Control D, subdivide it a little bit so it doesn't look so I guess so angular and poly feel like that. So like, kind of smooth it out like that, and it looks a little bit better. Yep. So that's kind of this little speed sculpt for today. That I'd just do a quick thing since I haven't posted up in a while. And I have this new setup now finally. Got my shoulders in, so I'm feeling all pumped up for recording again, and got my whole setup going. I've got a new blue mic, which has been really helpful. Not a Yeti, it's Spark, I think it was. It's nice, little cold, so it doesn't pick up everything in the room, hopefully. I have a little Logitech, old school one, like from 2 years ago, and the ones that we used to use for YouTube, and then got my nice little Cintiq, or big Cintiq. This is the 22, I think it was 21. Yeah, so I like it a lot. Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to do a speed sculpt, and I would love to continue doing speed sculpts and just get faster. I just want to be faster at doing art and stuff like that. You know, I'm learning a lot more techniques that are just very technical, and it's honestly just kind of like a little bit numbing for being an artist and kind of getting all this technical knowledge. You kind of pull away from doing more of the sculpting stuff, and you're kind of working on the alphas and all that, which you can talk about at a later time. But I don't know. It's all cool, really, but it's just different. You know, we're talking about like micro detail and all that. So it's definitely time and place after things are done. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. This has been Lord Azmore, and I love doing ZBrush. I love doing game art. So subscribe if you haven't already. Like if you liked this video. If you found it informative or anything, let me know if you want me to put in more information when I'm recording, so that I'll kind of just know what to do ahead of time. If I want to add more, like the hotkeys and all that, then I totally will. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me for a while. If you got this far, appreciate you. And hopefully, the more speed sculpts I do, the more effective my time will be. That's kind of what the idea is, that I feel like I got a lot of the pipeline down now for just being a character artist or just being an artist in general. But I definitely want to just be a faster artist, just be a little more efficient and stuff like that. So I think this is kind of a way to go about doing that. If you practice every day, kind of like how I used to sketch every day, and I got just really quick at sketching certain things, then I imagine it'll kind of go into my professional work. So anyway, yeah, again, my name's Lord Azmore, and thanks so much for watching. Peace.